Hey guys, this is Chip Taylor here in Zalisi, Ukraine, where we have a small psychological treatment center where we deal with anxiety disorder related issues, addiction, PTSD, that kind of stuff. And this is a free clinic, so we provide all our psychological services for free. And the way that we generate income, revenue for the facility, keep the lights on, is we make authentic Mexican food. And this is not restaurant food, this is what your grandmother would make in a small Mexican village in the state of Chihuahua. And we're making corn tortillas right now. And a lot of people have asked me, how do you know how much, when it's too wet, when you should, when it's the right consistency to make a tortilla? Because sometimes it's either too sticky or too dry. And the way that I do it is, it's kind of like Play-Doh. And if it sticks to your hands just a little bit, then it's the right consistency. So there's a lot of it art, not so much science. Now we do, or a little bit of science is we process the corn, a process that's called nixtamalization. And that's where you soak the corn in a lye that you produce from hardwood ash. I did all that last night, ground this corn fresh this morning, and now we're making tortillas, and you can see these are nice and soft and not stiff. They're a little bit thicker than some people do, but they're also consistent with what you're going to find in Mexico City, in Nogales, in Tijuana, in Oaxaca City. And, you know, tortillas are like everything else. Everybody's got a family recipe. And I've got a press that I brought from the States. I've got a couple of them. And I put the small round masa ball inside this Ziploc bag. Press it twice. I weigh out my masa balls, 40 grams per tortilla. Gets me a nice thin tortilla, right size for a taco, right size for quesadillas, that kind of stuff. When I make this masa, there's no additives. All I'm putting in is a little bit of salt, and I'm using sunflower oil. Obviously, we're in Ukraine. Sometimes I'll use lard. Sometimes I'll use corn oil. I need something that's kind of neutral. It's not going to have a lot of taste because I don't want to cover up the taste of the corn. These guys, because there's no preservatives, they don't store well. They've got a short shelf life. They need to be made fresh. We do make a delivery to Kyiv every now and then. We're getting ready to start that up again. But it's only going to be like once a month. And you can order corn tortillas freshly made for you. I'll make them in the night before they're delivered. And then my wife will take a train up to Kyiv, and we can make arrangements for delivery. We get about 20 hryvnia per tortilla. Used to be 10, but everything's gone up in price since the violence escalated. And we produce a nice salsa, a nice authentic Sonoran recipe. I turn it twice, press it twice to get it nice and consistently flat. Not some thickness on one side that's not on the other. We do a great deal of peppers. I've got 1,400 jalapeno plants in one of our greenhouses, another 600 habaneros. We've got a ton of peppers coming. In the meantime, I do have this little bit of habanero powdered, dried. I've got some chipotle, which is jalapeno peppers that have been let to fully ripen until they're red. And then you smoke them, and then you dry them into powder. We've got that. I've got a great many Carolina Reapers that have been dried. Some have been ground, some have not. Habaneros that have been smoked. Some have been ground, some have not. We do a lot of hatch peppers also. If you're familiar with the Southwest, then you know hatch peppers. It's a pretty mild pepper. It's not a sweet, it wouldn't be considered like a sweet bell pepper, but it is pretty mild. And they're rather large, 10 to 12 inches long. And they're great for stuffing, they're great for sauces. I was in Taos, New Mexico not long ago, and had it on a cheeseburger, which was wonderful. So anyway, we do all this in order to help the people of Ukraine with psychological issues, not just related to the war, but since 2014, most of our efforts have been towards reducing the psychological effects of the war. We work with a lot of refugees in our area who came from Kharkov to the Donbass. And so this is how we serve. This is how we fight the war. We're fighting the war with salsa. And if this is something that you're interested in and you'd like to find out more, you can send me a message here. You can direct message me or just leave a comment in the comment section of this video and I'll get back to you. Slava Ukraine.